Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Matt from Pinnacle Chiropractic, your local pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic office here in the Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida area. And today is episode 23 of our weekly health cast called Pinnacle's Perspective. Today, I want to talk all about sleep. And so, sleep challenges, specifically within kids, but this can also pertain to adults as well. And so, what we're going to talk about today is kind of some tips of helping your child kind of set a good routine and sleep schedule so that they're able to fall asleep easily. But then we're going to go into some more specifics that if your child is really having a consistent problem falling asleep and it's been a kind of a pattern and a formed kind of almost habit in their life through the years, we're going to talk about how the brain and the nervous system oftentimes it can be the culprit and the root cause to why your child isn't able to fall asleep, whether it's fall asleep easily or stay asleep throughout the night. We see a lot of kids in our office that have either issues falling asleep and or trouble waking up during the night. They might have to go into mom and dad's room, and we see a lot of great success with sleep improvements with children under our care. That's one of the biggest things that we see improve with a lot of children under our care is that their sleep is a lot better. And so when we talk about the brain and the nervous system, we did a couple episodes ago talk about the rocket fuels to the sensory system and the nervous system. And so inadequate sleep is one of those. So we all know sleep is a very, very important process that our body needs to really heal and to go into that rest relaxation mode. So let's really start by giving some few different tips of how you can help your child sleep better. Once again, if it's really a true brain and nervous system issue, which we'll go over some of those warning signs that could be an indicator that it is a brain and nervous system issue, these things might make a minimal effect, but they're not going to probably make a huge effect because it's really the root cause is that brain and nervous system isn't working the way it's supposed to. So things like setting up that consistent bedtime routine is going to be a good tip. So making sure that you're doing the same bedtime routine every single night, going to bed, putting them down at relatively the same time every night. So their body really gets programmed essentially and forms that habit of when it's time to go to bed and when it's time to wake up. So a lot of kids are on that program where their body is kind of trained to go to sleep at a certain time and they wake up at the same time like clockwork. It's similar to my kids as well. And these can change throughout kind of their growth and development stages. But with my children, we know it's like clockwork. They're usually up around 7 a.m. And they don't need an alarm clock or anything like that. Their body just instinctively wakes up, knows it's time to go. So with younger kids, especially kids that are still napping in that toddler age range, it's really important to kind of see if they're getting too much sleep during that nap period. That might give them troubles as they're trying to go down at night because their body's already gotten so much sleep during the day. So I know for our daughter, when she was down to one nap, when we started to notice that she was having some issues falling asleep at night, and we realized that we needed to start cutting back her nap. She was still 3 years old and taking a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day. And so we found out that once we shortened that nap or cut that nap out, that she was able to fall asleep a lot quicker. So sometimes in those toddler years, those younger years, cutting out those naps or rearranging that nap time and nap schedule can often help them fall asleep a lot earlier at night. So another big thing is really to check the noise and light levels in your child's room as well. So if there's a lot of light in their room, that can often disrupt their sleep, or if it's very noisy outside of their room, obviously that can affect their sleep as well. So it's also important to make sure that they're eating before bed, because sometimes kids can wake up in the middle of the night and they're really hungry. They just want to eat. Same things with babies as well. Obviously, babies, they wake up to feed in the middle of the night. It's because that body is really ready to eat. And so another big thing is really making sure that your kids are getting enough exercise and activity throughout the day as well. That's going to wear their body down more. So the more exercise, going to the park, getting them outside, getting them to run around, going for a family walk, all of those things are really kind of going to tire the body out so that they're able to fall asleep at night and then stay asleep during that recovery process. And then a big one, especially for older kids, is avoiding that caffeine before bedtime. That can obviously keep them more wired and keep them up at night. So those are just some kind of simple tricks and tips that you can do to help your child sleep better. But what we really want to dive into today is really about the nervous system, and if it's an underlying neurological problem, nervous system problem, how we can really help with that. So we always talk about this in a lot of our different weekly episodes or videos, is we really look to the brain and the nervous system for all things health, because that brain and nervous system is really the master control system. It controls every cell, every tissue, every organ, every gland, every system of the body. It's really important that it's working the right way. So with a lot of kids that we take care of that have sleep challenges, their nervous system is more in this stressed out state, the sympathetic mode of the nervous system. We refer to that as the gas pedal mode. It's the go, 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 go mode of the nervous system. The opposite mode is that rest, relaxation, that parasympathetic mode of the nervous system. So when we go to sleep, it's important for our body to shift into that rest, relaxation mode and shift into that parasympathetic mode and into the rest, relaxation, growth, and healing mode of the nervous system. So with a lot of kids we see in our office, their nervous system stuck more in that stress mode, more in that gas pedal mode, and they have an issue shifting into that rest, relaxation mode. That stress mode gets stuck on, essentially. And so with our care, really through chiropractic adjustments, we are specifically stimulating that rest relaxation mode of the nervous system. It's going to help them get out of that stuck stressed state, essentially. And so we've all been there as adults, where we have a very stressful week and we just can't turn our brain off, essentially. We go to lay down and our brain is racing with a million thoughts. We just can't get it to calm down and can't get it to fall asleep. And so it's no different with kids as well. When their stress mode gets turned on, when it gets stuck on, the brain can't calm down. It just keeps going, go, 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 go. And then it can't turn itself off to shut down to go to sleep. And so many times, there are big indicators that that brain, that nervous system is in more of that stressed out state, in more of that stressed out mode, which makes them a really good candidate for our care. And so some early warning signs that that brain, that nervous system is more in that stress mode when that sleep challenges oftentimes is accompanied by other symptoms. They are related. A lot of people just think symptoms are all just kind of random, essentially. Some kids might have these symptoms, some kids might have other symptoms. And so when we see symptoms within children, we can see some common underlying themes that really are indicators that that nervous system's in more of that stress mode. So sleep is one of them. So just having one of those indicators, can be a mild indicator that that nervous system's in more of that stress mode. So having trouble falling asleep can be one of those indicators. But when we start to stack up multiple of those indicators, it's really a big indication that that nervous system's in more of that stressed out mode, in more of that stressed out state. So especially for babies, when we start to see this stress mode start to wire and kind of show itself, it really shows itself as more like colic and reflux. They're always uncomfortable. They're always kind of arching their back. They're always in some level of discomfort. Now, obviously, that discomfort is going to affect their sleep levels, and those lack of sleep is obviously going to make them more uncomfortable. It's kind of like this vicious cycle, but the combination of those two factors together are often a big indication that that nervous system's more in that stressed out state, especially with babies, that you kind of hold them and you can just feel like they're super tense. Well, that tension stored in the body is stress stored in the body. It's a big indication that that nervous system is in more of that stressed out state, in more of that stressed out mode. And so when we get to older kids, like the toddler years, it's often those super hyperactive kids. They're just constantly on the gas pedal, constantly go, 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 go. That's often another indication that they're more in that stress mode. So as kids kind of grow and develop, if we see that sleep is a persistent problem, that it just from a baby they weren't sleeping well, as a toddler they didn't sleep well, then when they were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 they're still not sleeping well, that's another big indication that that nervous system's just more in that stressed out state, more in that stressed out mode. And then especially once they reach that age of 3, 4, 5, when we start to see a lot of sensory challenges show up, ADHD challenges, anxiety challenges, those are the big three that often accompany poor sleep as well. So when we see kids with sensory challenges, not all of them, but a lot of them also have sleep challenges. And then when we see kids with ADHD, not all of them, but a lot of them have sleep challenges as well. And then anxiety, a lot of kids that have anxiety also have sleep challenges. So once again, when we can combine those two challenges together in one child, we really know and see that as an indicator that the nervous system is more in that stressed out state, more in that stressed out mode. And so when we really get into teens and adults, when they're having chronic issues with sleep, where it's a nightly basis, where they just can't seem to shut off their brain and fall asleep, or they're just waking up out of nowhere at 3 a.m. and then they can't fall back to sleep, that is another indication that that stress mode of the nervous system of the brain is turned on. It's stuck there essentially, and it's not able to go into that rest relaxation mode of the body. And when we don't go into that rest relaxation mode of the body, our body's not able to repair, it's not able to have its proper immune function, because once again, that rest relaxation is that repair mode and development mode of the nervous system. So if any of these things kind of sound like your child and you're looking for different answers and solutions to help your child sleep better, then we really invite you guys to call our office and take advantage of our current special. It will probably be going on through the end of the year, to be honest, just as soon as this COVID kind of crisis calms down, then we're going to raise our prices back up to our normal evaluation fee. So essentially, first 3 visits in our office, they're normally $250 together. It includes a phone consultation, our neurological evaluation using our scanning equipment, and then our report of findings visit. Normally, those 3 visits are $250, but right now we're running that COVID special for half off, or $125. So if you really want to take advantage of this before that price goes back up to the normal $250, call our office, 941-822-8828. And then if you're new to our page and you're continuing to watch videos and kind of get familiar with our practice, dive into as many videos as you can on our page. So you can just go to the videos tab on our Facebook page and watch all of our videos that we've filmed throughout the last few years. Look at our posts, look at our pictures of some of the testimonials. You'll be able to find a lot of different testimonials and find out more information about our office. So we really invite you to just use our Facebook page to learn as much as you can about our office, to see if we're the right fit for your son or daughter, or even your entire family as well, because we take care of a lot of full families in our office as well. So really hope you guys enjoyed this episode all about sleep. We'll be coming to you guys as always next week, next Friday. Fridays at 10 a.m. is when we release all of our weekly episodes, trying to give you different tips and tricks and education about our office, and bringing you different community connections in the office as well. So we just want to provide as much weekly value to you guys as we can. So hope you guys really enjoyed this. Please comment and tag and share this with any of your friends and family members that you might think might benefit from this information. And as always, guys,